How's everyone? Today I'm here with my WWE The Best of WCW Clash of the Champions DVD review. Of course, this Sunday is the WWE Clash of Champions. I thought, a little fun way to get myself a little excited for that show is, of course, watch some old Clash of the Champions footage. And they have a Best of Clash of the Champions set, so I thought I'd watch this. I know they're completely two different entities, being WWE Clash of Champions, of course, WCW Clash of the Champions. They're two completely different things, but you know what? The names are very similar. Of course, the WCW difference is that it's called Clash of the Champions, where WWE just called Clash of Champions. So they're two different things. We know what? Same name pretty much. So I thought I'd get myself a little excited for this pay-per-view by watching some old stuff. And that's what I did. And I thought, you know what? I might as well review the DVD as well, considering I watched it. I don't have a review of this on my channel, so I thought it'd make for a good video as well. So I thought I'd knock out two birds with one stone. And yeah, here we are right now. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. Of course, here's a cover here with Sting and Ric Flair. Of course, you got the best of WCW Clash of Champions right there. Very nice cover. Of course, Sting and Ric Flair are pretty much synonymous with Clash of Champions there in the very first match. And these two are the most people you'll see on this set. So I thought it was very convenient and very fitting that these two graced the cover of the set. 3 to sit right there. Very nice DVD cover. Very basic, but very simple. Gets the job done. Definitely stands out to a great cover. So I really like it. And it's kind of like one of those pop-out covers, as you guys can see from the glare. It's kind of pop-out, and you can feel the letterings and Sting and Ric Flair and whatnot. So that's really cool. And of course, there's a spine right there. The best of WCW Clash of the Champions. You have the picture once again right there of Sting and Ric Flair. 3 to set. And here is the back, of course, with some more pictures and whatnot. If you guys would like, you can go ahead and pause and read the back right there if you guys would like, because I'm not going to do it. So if you want to read it, there you go. You guys go. And of course, there's some of the matches on the set to look forward to. So pretty nice back. And of course, you open it up. You got a nice picture right there of stunning Steve Austin. And you got Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair right there. So very nice cover on the inside. You can open it up. There's disc 1. You got Ricky Steamboat back there. Disc 2, you got Rick Rude. And disc 3, you got Macho Man and Ric Flair right there behind them. I'll go ahead and take the disc out so you guys can get a better picture. There's Ricky Steamboat. There's Rick Rude and Sting. And of course, Macho Man and Ric Flair. So very nice artwork inside as well. Put the disc back in. There we go. And of course, here is the inside listing of all the matches, which it's kind of difficult to see it because of the way it's formatted and the color they use for it. So it's a little difficult to see them, but if you guys can, you can go ahead and pause and read it, or just look at the match listings on WrestlingDVDnetwork.com. They have all the matches on there as well, so you can go ahead and do that if you guys would like. But overall, this set is a very fun set. I watched it almost all in one sitting. I watched it over a period of a night and a morning, so it was a lot of fun, especially disc 1. You get a lot of old classic matches. A lot of the tag team stuff was really good. It's unfortunate that you didn't get a lot of cruiserweight stuff on here. You just got cruiserweight stuff, on disc 3, which is I think only 2 matches, but that's fine. But you have a lot of classic matches on here. Disc 1 by far is the best disc in my opinion. Of course, they opened up with things with Ric Flair versus Sting, of course, from the first Clash of Champions, which that match gets a lot of praise. Me personally, that match is not my cup of tea. I know the match went 45 minutes to a time limit draw, but I don't know. I mean, Sting was still green. That's actually the match that got Sting really noticed. Was that match against Ric Flair. Ric Flair is great, so there's absolutely nothing bad about that match. But just I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. It's still a great match, but I don't think it's nearly as great for me as a lot of people put that match with. But a lot of these matches I noticed as well, they end in like a no contest or a DQ or something like that. So if you watch this set, prepare to watch a lot of matches end in some kind of disqualification or just no contest in general. Again, disc 1 was my favorite disc. You had the Sting and Ric Flair match that opened up the disc. Let me just zoom in on that. That opened up the disc, which was, like I said, it was a great match, but not my cup of tea. You had some great tag team matches. You had some, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard matches, which you can't go wrong with those two teaming up. Those two are always a fun tag team to watch. So you had some matches on disc 1 that were really good that they had. You had my favorite match on the entire set, which was the Ric Flair versus Terry Funk I Quit match. That match is just a classic match right there. Just if you love hardcore wrestling, you'll love that match. The storytelling, the selling, everything about that match is just a picture perfect I Quit match. Especially the ending where Ric Flair is a figure 4 in, and Terry Funk's just like, never, never, my leg's breaking. Yes, I quit. Just absolutely amazing storytelling that match. That's one of my favorite matches of all time, and I'm very glad to go back and watch it because I haven't seen the match in a while. So that's just an amazing match, and like I said, my personal favorite match on the entire set. It's the best match if you ask me. So that's just a phenomenal match. And of course you have you have Cactus Jack Manson versus Máscaras, which is pretty much just Skip McFoley on the set, I guess, to add name value to this set. So it's a whatever match. And you have the Midnight Express versus the Rock and Roll Express. They have that match a few times. So disc 1, really good. Like I said, the best disc in my opinion. You had some really good tag matches, and you had the best match in the entire set on it as well. So that was great. Disc 2 is pretty damn good as well. On that disc, you had you had Ric Flair versus Lex Luger, which is a pretty good match. You had a Young Pistols match, a Young Pistols and Z-Man versus the Fabulous Freebirds, which of course is just a set, or a match just to get the Freebirds on this set, I guess. The 15-man Battle Royal was whatever. Sting and Rick Rude was pretty good. Ric Flair and Arn Anderson versus the Hollywood Blondes. Now that was the best match on that disc. That's just another amazing tag team match there from both tag teams. The Hollywood Blondes were a very underrated tag team, if you ask me. They should have definitely had a longer run in WCW. They split them up way too early, and they just had a lot of potential to tag team. Even though they went great singles career, especially Stone Cold. But they should have been longer as a tag team. That's just a phenomenal 20-minute tag team match there. Really enjoyed those two teams going at it. And speaking of the Hollywood Blondes, of course, the next match was Brian Pillman versus Stunning Steve Austin, which is a solid match. If I remember correctly, they had a handful of matches going after that. But that was a pretty solid match they had right there. Lord Steven Regal versus Dustin Rhodes. That match was pretty good. I expected it to be a little bit better, especially the time of length it got. But this match has mixed reviews, and I'm kind of in the middle. I think it's good, but I don't think it's a great match. That's just me personally. And then, of course, you had Sting and Ric Flair versus Rick Rude and Vader in an elimination match to end it off, which was another pretty good match as well. So disc 2, I think it's just a step under the first disc. I felt like it was still really good, but the match quality wasn't nearly as good as the match quality in the first disc. So disc 2 is definitely still pretty damn fun. And disc 3 was just the worst disc, obviously, especially considering you have not the later years of WCW, but you definitely the time period where match quality was just going down. That's when the politics and everything started getting involved. So the match quality definitely suffered for WCW around that time as well, especially on the disc. Even though you have Sting and Ric Flair open up with another match, which was a unification title match, which they're unifying the world title with the World International title, which that title was only around for like a year, which was just really stupid, by the way. But it is what it is. So you had a really good Sting and Ric Flair match. That was a good way to open the show, or open the disc, sorry. Then you had Stunning Steve Austin versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in a classic match. Definitely one of Steve Austin's best matches. Probably his best match in WCW, if you ask me. Him and Steamboat just went out there and had an absolutely classic match. Just great match there. I don't think the match is enough recognition. Just great in-ring action from both men. That's when Steve Austin was still a great technical wrestler, and Ricky Steamboat's just absolutely amazing. So classic match there, definitely underutilized. And after that match, that's where it goes downhill. You have Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage versus Ric Flair and the Giant, which is just really hard to sit through and watch. That match is just bad. Medusa versus Bull Nakano. Yeah. DDP versus Eddie Guerrero, which was a pretty good match, but, well, not pretty good match, I'm thinking of a different match. It was just very, very short, and the ending was just very abrupt, and it could have been something good, but it wasn't. Harlem Heat versus Steiner Brothers versus Stan and Lex Luger, solid match there. Ultimate Dragon and Dean Malenko was really good. Again, one of the better matches on Disc 3. And Chris Jericho versus Eddie Guerrero, once again, one of the better matches on Disc 3. The Cruiserweights really kind of saved this disc, if you ask me. The first two matches and the two Cruiserweight matches are probably the only really good stuff on Disc 3, if you ask me. Then, of course, you got DDP and Lex Luger versus Scott Hall and Randy Savage to close it out, which was a decent match. But, yeah, Disc 3 really suffered. Yeah, the match quality definitely went down. The first two matches were really good, and the two Cruiserweight matches are probably the only good things on that disc, if you ask me. And I failed to mention this at the beginning of the video, but you had Dusty Rhodes host this set, which on paper sounds great, and he did a really good job. Not dissing him, but they underutilized him greatly. He was rarely on this set, which to me, they should have a segment almost every other match. Sorry. Pardon that interruption, everyone. Sorry about that. But yeah, as I was saying, Dusty Rhodes is just very underutilized. He should have been like in almost between every single match. That's the old format I like about these 3-disc sets. That they pretty much have like a little interview in between each match. And you know, the past like 5 years or so, they only do like every once in a while. So Dusty was horribly underutilized, but what he did in this set was still great. But yeah, overall, Clash of Champions, you know, best of WCW Clash of Champions DVD set. Highly recommend it if you don't have it yet. I know the set came out a few years ago, but it's a very fun set to sit through. You have a lot of classic matches on here, and you know, just an overall very fun set. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please leave a like below. Leave your guys comments below as well if you guys seen this DVD, just your comments on this video in general. Anything Clash of the Champions related. This Sunday is Clash of Champions, I should say, for WWE. So I'll definitely have my predictions review up this weekend, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. And until then, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching the video.